Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Continuous Improvement Lab. This is Season 4, Episode 38. Today, we are diving deep into a problem that, honestly, is a silent killer of productivity for so many teams: complexity. We're going to explore why keeping your management operations system simple isn't just a nice idea. It's the secret to unlocking some truly incredible performance.
So as you know, this whole season is about thoughtful debate, and these explainers are laser-focused on the core MOS elements that really level up your team's performance. By looking at different perspectives, we're going to get to the heart of what actually works in the real world.
Before we really get into it, I just have to say a massive thank you. We are now reaching listeners in 38 countries, which is just incredible. Plus, a special shout out to the many students from our case study website in China. Seriously, your engagement and your passion make all of this possible, and we are so grateful.
All right, and speaking of you guys, I've got a quick but really important favor to ask. If you're getting value out of these conversations, please take 1 second and hit that subscribe or follow button. Right now, less than 19% of our listeners are subscribed. And when you subscribe, it really helps us with the streaming algorithms, which lets us keep bringing you these best-in-class business cultural insights. And hey, while you're at it, if you can think of 10 friends or colleagues who could use this, please share it with them. And just a quick reminder, everything we talk about here really ties into the strategies you'll find in our business playbooks, Shift Happens, How to Lead with Purpose and Discipline Every Day, and of course, both volumes of Culture by Design, Powered by Discipline. All three are out there on Amazon and other online bookstores in the US, the UK, Canada, Europe, Japan, and Australia. All right, if you're the kind of person who loves big flavor and real craftsmanship, listen up. Today's sponsor is Crunch Time Gourmet Popcorn and Apples in Bridgeport, West Virginia. They're all about made fresh, made fun, made to crunch, with gourmet popcorn and caramel apples produced daily, and their homemade caramel is the centerpiece of everything they create. Small batch, one-of-a-kind recipe. And the menu? It's dangerous in the best way. Their caramel apples include flavors like Andy's Mint Chocolate, a Granny Smith apple dipped in homemade caramel, covered in milk chocolate, then rolled in crushed Andy's Mint candy. And if you're more of a snack and stream person, their movie theater butter popcorn brings that classic cinema vibe. Fluffy, rich, and buttery. So whether you're sending a gift, stocking the office, planning an event, or running a fundraiser, go to crunchtimewv.com. Shop now, and if you need fundraising or a food truck booking, hit their contact page. Okay, let's dive into the meat of today's topic. I want you to really think about this question. Does this feel familiar? You put all these systems in place to track performance, but somehow your team is just buried, drowning in paperwork instead of actually making progress. This right here is a huge red flag that your tools might be working against you. We call this the complexity trap. And it's sneaky, you know? It always starts from a good place. We want more data, we want more detail, we want more control. But it ends with these crazy complex charts and forms and dashboards that just create confusion, totally kill engagement, and bog everyone down.
And this slide, wow, it just lays it out so perfectly. Think about it. Every single minute your team is wrestling with a clunky spreadsheet is a minute they are not spending solving actual problems. The whole point is to drive results, right? But complexity shifts the focus to just managing reports. And that is exactly how you turn genuine engagement into total disengagement.
So let's make this real. Let me tell you about a company called Summit Fabrication. They had a management operations system they put a lot of thought into, but it was just drowning in detail. We're talking multi-page spreadsheets, super complicated forms, the whole 9 yards. And the results? Well, they were exactly what you'd expect. Inconsistent data, huddle meetings that just dragged on, and a team that was more focused on filling out paperwork than on actual production. Their productivity gains had completely flatlined.
So what did Summit's leadership do? Well, here's the genius part. Instead of adding another process or another tool to fix it, they did the exact opposite. They launched what they called a simplification initiative. The entire goal was to make their tools user-friendly and, actually effective again.
And their approach was just brilliant in its simplicity. It really boiled down to 3 key steps. First, they slashed the amount of data they collected. They focused only on what was absolutely essential for the daily huddles. Second, they took all those confusing scattered charts and merged them into one single, easy-to-read visual board. And third, they streamlined their dashboards to show only the most critical KPIs, using simple indicators: red, yellow, green. That's it. You can see it at a glance.
Okay, so the big question. Did all this simplifying actually work? Oh yeah, the results were, wow. They were fast,
and they were huge.
Get this, in just 6 weeks, they saw a 14% jump in daily MOS compliance. And why? It's simple, really. The system was finally easy to use. People weren't fighting it anymore, they were actually using it. And that's not all. At the same time, they saw a 12% increase in how fast they could resolve issues. Makes sense, right? Less noise, clearer signals, you can spot problems and pounce on them way faster. But honestly, the numbers only tell half the story. This quote, this really gets to the core of it. This was a cultural shift. By making the tools simpler, leadership actually empowered their people. The focus swung back to what it should have been all along, continuous improvement. And the team felt energized, not exhausted, by the very system that was supposed to help them.
Look, Summit's story is awesome, right? But here's the thing. They're not some special case. What they discovered is a universal principle we see playing out across every industry imaginable. Simplicity is a massive, massive driver of performance. Don't just take my word for it. Check out these stats from the Lean Enterprise Institute. They found that when organizations simplify their MOS tools, they see, on average, a 20% jump in frontline participation. And their meetings get 17% shorter. That means less time talking about the work and more time actually doing it, with more people bought in. That's a huge win.
And hey, this isn't just a factory floor thing. Not at all. This principle applies everywhere. We're talking a 12% reduction in project cycle times for engineering teams, a 15% drop in errors in medical settings. Think about how critical that is. And marketing teams cutting their administrative overhead by a wild 18%. The proof is everywhere you look.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's really, really simple. Simplicity accelerates performance. Full stop. Leaders everywhere are finally catching on that these over-engineered, clunky systems are a liability. User-friendly, intuitive tools aren't just a nice-to-have. They're absolutely essential if you want to achieve operational excellence. Simplicity is speed.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a challenge, a question to take back to your team, maybe even tomorrow morning. Just look around at your own processes, your dashboards, your meeting agendas, and ask yourself, what's one thing, just one tool that we can simplify tomorrow to free up our people to focus on what actually matters?
Please support our sponsors. This episode was brought to you by Crunch Time Gourmet Popcorn and Apples out of Bridgeport, West Virginia. They make gourmet popcorn and caramel apples with homemade caramel crafted in small batches. Perfect for game day, movie night, gifts, or treating your team. Shop the flavors online at crunchtimewv.com. That's crunchtimewv.com.
And hey, if you want to keep digging into this stuff, please come find us. You can visit our website at www.karasinnovations.com. Also, be sure to check out our other podcast, The Systems Thinker Show, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Karas Innovations Group. And of course, a huge thank you to our executive producer and founder, Lanier Johnson. And most of all, thank you for tuning in to the Continuous Improvement Lab. We'll see you next time.